Hello, and welcome to another episode of Peculiar Endeavors podcast. I am Emily, and I am your host. As we have a new month that just started, I thought maybe we should start with pulling some cards and see where this conversation will take us. I thought it would be interesting to draw a card to see what kind of new knowledge we will be gaining for the upcoming week. It could be knowledge about anything, it could be internal or something like a message that we will get or something new that we will realize. Whatever, well, let's see what comes up, I guess. And then I thought it would be really interesting, like, what is this knowledge and how can we best use it to our advantage? And yeah, let's just see what happens. Let's just go with the flow and see where we will end up. Let me just grab my deck and draw the first card to see what kind of knowledge we will receive this upcoming week. Oh, cards pop up so quickly. So the card that we got is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is a card that is, to me, is a slow motion towards a goal. And I just need to put my glasses on because it's so dark here. As you guys know, I just can't see what I'm doing. I believe that this coming week, something that we will gain knowledge in, that certain things need patience. And I think we all have goals that we want to achieve and also work that we do, because like the new work week is coming. And it looks like knowing that it's good to actually have a certain routine, specifically if you're looking to achieve something, whether it is a hobby that you have or if it's something with work, or maybe you are working for yourself, you have your own company, or you're making things, or even if you have a job and it might not necessarily be something that you really enjoy doing, but it's also telling you that this kind of routine is giving you the funds and the money that you need to make your goals, make your dreams come true, I guess. So the Knight of Pentacles is also ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is the planet of kind of responsibility and that kind of routine. And it's a little bit, it sounds very boring and maybe a little bit daunting, but it's not, in a sense of you just have to learn patience and, keep your eyes on the goal and kind of like trust yourself, because it's also about, trusting where you're heading. So many times it might not be fun to actually do the kind of boring tasks maybe, or there's a routine in things, But with the routine also comes the fact that you know what you're doing. So it's easier to kind of go through the motions maybe, and just maybe not suck it up, but just keep your mind on the results, and make sure that you like keep that patience and just do it. So I think I think the knowledge here is to keep patience, be patient. Feels like that's the emphasis on just getting the work done and just being patient with it. I do want to draw another card now and to see what or how we can use this to our advantage. So let's see what comes up. Oh my goodness, I don't know what it is. Things are just popping out left, right, and center. So we got 2 cards because it keeps coming. But the clarity is there, I feel. And I understand why there were 2 cards that popped out. So the first card we have is King of Swords. And how can we use, this routine basically to our advantage is to actually, I was about to say to gain more routine, but it's actually to realize and to understand what we're doing, to get the kind of logic in that mundane thing that we're doing, to understand, it's not about like really loving what you're doing, but there is a logic behind it, so you will know why you're doing it for. And also there is the fact that you'll be able to maybe detach yourself from that routine. So I think what I mean with that is that when you are in a kind of flow, like a work flow, you will be able to maybe detach yourself a little bit from what you're doing, and maybe find that rhythm within, and a little bit of that balance within, and it will get smoother. And as a reward, you will understand why you're doing it and like what you're doing it for. It would be almost like more like a, not epiphany, but you'll kind of realize the true meaning behind something that might seem a little bit boring. And the other card that popped out, which made so much sense, was the Queen of Pentacles. And the reason, obviously, here, all these kind of like maybe sounds a little bit like boring, but also, the week starts tomorrow. So it's a lot of work. I feel there's a lot of work involved. This is what you will be gaining, is that kind of abundance. And by putting in the work, you will also, get the outcome that is just very, it's it's abundance, and it will give you the results that you want to get. And I really feel like this is like very work heavy somehow. Maybe there will be also a little bit of like that rebellious feeling of like, I really don't want to do this work right now. But if you keep yourself in more focused and have a little bit of a structure in your workflow so you can kind of get into that flow and keep your eyes on the prize, you will get what you want. And things might not be coming like super fast. This is not like a flow that things are just coming from, like just super fast. This is a slow, steady pace that will pay off in the long run, and you will kind of keep giving because during that time you're also learning about yourself. You're also learning about, when you have this routine, when you're doing this mundane things and you're working on something, you will also learn how you can do it so it's easier for you. It will give you maybe like a rational kind of way of sorting things out so you can make the day, the work flow easier and just be more enjoyable for you. And I think you'll definitely see the kind of qualities where you can put in a little bit more time into things that you enjoy and less time into things that feel like work. I think this is the kind of like solving the solution. So maybe in the beginning of the week, things are going to feel a little bit slow and a bit boring and mundane. It is Monday and then comes the Tuesday. I always find that Tuesday is one of the worst days for some reason. It's like the second day of the week, work week, but then you also have so many days left until, you get to be off again. So it's a strange day, but it looks like we are going to find the flow, and there is definitely a prize at the end. Maybe it would be a good idea to set yourself like a little goal for next week. Maybe there's something that you're working towards or something that you have been procrastinating, because this is something I do. I procrastinate. So maybe there's something that you actually find a little bit boring and daunting and you're procrastinating it. But maybe make yourself like a goal to finish at least one of those things. It doesn't have to be anything big, but I think this kind of flow will help you. And I think once you started kind of tackle whatever you've been procrastinating, and you'll see once you finish it, you'll feel that it wasn't as bad as you thought it was. I think just having something like that on your mind, something that you have to do, but you just don't want to do it, it's half the anxiety there. And I feel like if you're working towards something, just try to start tackling that thing you've been procrastinating, and just see what it is that you can do. And it might be actually really easy just to resolve it. And just think about it, because I am very sure that after you've done it, you feel good about yourself as well, and then that's off your mind. So yeah, I'd say set a goal like that for yourself, and you'll be able to enjoy the weekend, maybe, because then you don't have to think about it anymore. I say that we stop there. Otherwise, I'll talk and talk and talk. And let's see, maybe I'll do some more of these just card pullings, or maybe I'll talk about something random. We'll see. And I'm going to do the same thing this week. I'll try to set a goal of something I've been procrastinating because it's boring, and I'll do it. And then we can see how we get along after that. And if we manage to do what we were supposed to do. All right, guys. Have a good night or a good day, and I speak to you soon.